Good morning, welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. It's 9 o'clock on Digger Day and we're going to go and have a look at Jubilee Gardens because there's a consultation just opened for you to have your say on what you think could be done with it. So while the diggers are digging, I thought we might as well start with that as your lead-in. So if you're new in these parts, make sure you've subscribed. And don't forget to hit that little bell and then you'll get all the notifications of all the new content. I'm out of breath already. I've been dashing about like a nutter. It's cool. Right, let's see what they're doing, shall we? So, this is a groin under construction. So you'll remember that they put rocks all the way across here as a toe protection, which are designed. In fact, there's just a few bits of them there stuck up to maintain beach levels and hold all the stuff in place. Morning! So this is a roll of geotextile membrane that they're unrolling, and that's going to go in this hole. So the rock groins join up to the toe protection, and then together these big rocks stabilise what sand builds up, because at the moment you can see it's quite built up, but the fun starts when you've got a really bad storm and it washes all this sand away, because then you've got no beach and you've got a lot of overtopping. So I've seen this wall here a lot higher than this. So what they're going to do is they're going to put that roll of membrane in the bottom of this hole. They look like they're building a crossover ramp, don't they? And that stops the... Oh no, they're not. I'll take that back. That stops the rocks from sinking in the sand. There you go, there's a rock going into the hole. Wonder if they are doing a crossover. Anyway, they're doing whatever they're doing. All neat and tidy. So that's this morning. There's another gang working at the other end of the prom as well. So they're out early this morning while the tide's out. So we're going to go and have a look at Jubilee Gardens. We're going to go and have a look at Jubilee Gardens, which is what's kind of on the agenda for next. Which is just at the right-hand side of the venue. Goodness, it is building up already. When you think how high these groins were, most of it's already disappeared. It's doing its job admirably. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. So this is Mary's Shell. This is the corner of the promenade where the cafe is that was used for filming Star Wars and the egg whisks. And this section of seawall was finished in 2006-ish. It was done in phases. So Jubilee Gardens, which is, in fact, to tell you what, we'll walk this way. Jubilee Gardens was used as a compound for the beach management project. It's been used as several beach works compounds. I'm just looking at all these black clouds. I'm hoping that that's Storm Benjamin and it's going to come in today and get itself done with, because we've got an event on Saturday, which leads me on to the first thing that you need to say about Jubilee Gardens is that it's extremely exposed. So we're so near to the beach. So when you think about how windy it gets at Cleveleys, and you've got clouds brewing on that there horizon, and it just blows straight off the seafront and straight across the gardens. So this is Jubilee Gardens. It was built to celebrate the Silver Jubilee of King George V, way back in the day. And it was opened by Lord Stanley on the 1st of May 1937. With the sun rising in the east, it's straight in front of us at the minute. I'll try and take the camera down and then you can see properly. So the guys at the back of the blue fence are working on the beach works, and currently this bit of the gardens is all available for you to use. So the seafront work started, the steps that we've just looked at started in October 2005, so it's 20 years ago. Wow, 20 years ago is now actually. In 2011, Dong Energy used the compound over there for their wind farm project, which you might remember. In September 2022, they set up for the compound for the current works, which will be done, cleared away and gone by next summer 2026, and the reinstatement should be done for 2027. So currently we've got games facilities for kids. So there's a children's playground, there's a teenagers play area. We've got the new vets opened in the Harvester pub literally just now, which I have to say looks smashing. We've got the Mugger multi-use games area, I believe that stands for. There you go, so you can play football and basketball and all the rest of it, and you don't have to go chasing footballs all the way across the seafront. And then round at the back of here there's some little toddlers playground stuff. So there's equipment for kind of all ages. So the original Jubilee Gardens back in the day had a much lamented miniature railway. It had a boating lake and a paddling pool. It had crazy golf, a pitch and putt, and it had bowling greens and tennis courts and all that kind of stuff. The problem is that 1937 was a different world altogether. So there was no internet, there was no visit attractions to direct people's attention to. So there wasn't really a right lot for people to do other than come to a park. So over the years it kind of got a bit neglected. It got used less as people's tastes changed. We came here day tripping, I would say in the mid-90s. And I can remember at that point there not being very much in it at all. It looked really shabby and neglected. This is a bit of a bund. Can you see there's like a bit of a high area of grass that goes around the outside edge. That's to catch water and to stop it from tipping into these properties. So it acts as a bit of a flood defence as well. This is a little bit of a wildlife area. The rocks are to stop anybody unwanted from parking on the grass. And then down there in that corner there's the Jubilee Gardens bowling club. Because it's pretty much at sea level, it's quite wet. I'm not walking on it because it's wet. I mean, it's not actually been raining that much, but it's quite, you can see it's quite muddy and it's been dry. I don't want that all over my shoes. This central area here is very wet. There's a patch down there which looks like it's still marshy. So it's not that easy to kind of play on. There's another patch here, look, where it's been all sludgy. So this central section here will all be disbanded and it will all be moved away. And the question is, what would you like to see the gardens being used for? So we'll go round to the gate and I'll try and show you that there's a big turning circle in the centre of there. Can't quite get at it, can I? There's a big turning circle in the centre of there where the lorries come in, drive round in a loop to unload the rocks and stuff, and then disband all their equipment and drive straight back out. They've got wellies on. They're sensible. And then this end, at this right-hand side end, at this end of the blue boards, there is a big pile of soil, which is the topsoil that they scraped off before they started working. So that's all that they've done at the back of the board. So it's basically just a storage compound. So Wyre Council have got a consultation online. And you can fill it in and you can say how you'll use Jubilee Gardens, what you'd like to use it for, whether or not you'd like to be involved in its upkeep and its maintenance, and whether or not you'd like to volunteer to be one of the friends of the gardens. So there's plenty of scope for plenty of things, but obviously in today's day and age it needs people to make it happen. So the consultation is online on Wyre Council's website. It's wyre.gov.uk/have-your-say. And if you just go online and fill that in, you'll be able to say what you want. So you can see here the loop. So there's a road that goes off that way, and it's a big circle that comes around the back and it comes back this side here. And then they use the rest of it for storing rocks, equipment, the lorries, etc. This is the old car park, which used to be the tennis courts. And then at the back of the car park is the bowling club, which is just in that corner down there. And obviously all this lot will be cleared away and shifted. This is the Wyre Boat Angling Club down here. So this is where they keep their equipment, and that will be stopping as well. So what do you think? What would you like to see in this space? How would you like to see it being used? What's your thoughts? Would you like to get involved in its long-term use and its running and its maintenance? Don't forget to go online to wyre.gov.uk, have your say, and don't forget to subscribe to Visit Fylde Coast, and we'll keep you updated. Bye for now.